following the announcement of the outfit, Amoteku is a security outfit in the southwestern region of Nigeria, that is to combat the issues of terrorism, Boko Haram, ISWAP, Fulani bandits, cattle rustlers, and the Ninettes of the north, and of course, other crimes that we would also find in the south of Nigeria. This group is to complement the security, the federal security outfit, the police, and the rest of them, as they cannot, it's like it's so overwhelming, they cannot function. And moreover, it is more of a political issue when certain issues are happening, certain things are happening in some part of the nation. You realize that the president presently will not say certain things about it, and it's not just about the president. The point is this: the lives and properties of citizens are very important. So why don't the people go back to the former regional form of security? And Amotekun, which consists of OPC, it consists of a huge lot Yoruba youth, consists of Hunters Association, and a whole huge vast security outfit that existed back in those days. Now, following the announcement of the Attorney General, Minister of Justice of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, he said he newly launched Operation Amotekun in the western region of Nigeria. He said his security outfit is illegal, and many reactions had continued to trail the announcement. And the first caller in in Buhari's administration is a respected professor of law, Professor Itse Sage. Is from Edo State. Sage is a senior advocate of Nigeria, chairman of the Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption (PACAC), has asked Southwest Governor to ignore the directive of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami, describing Operation Amotekun as illegal. He spoke with Daily Independent. Sage said the governors have no business consulting Malami before coming up with the idea of how best to secure their states. Now, when you listen to a lot of reactions from people that are supposed to shut up their mouth, you will be you will be wondering what kind of country we live in. How can Abubakar Malami, that has no business with security, begin to talk about security? Is it speaking in his own according to his own personal capacity as a human, his own personal opinion? Why don't he make it clear, this is my own personal opinion, it is not in the capacity of government or the seat or the position that I'm occupying? He is the Attorney General, Minister of Justice, and all of that. What did he say during the time that Sowore was kept incarcerated all this while? So Professor Isisage, chairman of the Presidential Advisory Committee, he said governors of the Southwest ignore the directive. Ignore. Now, that's to tell you that he is giving out a directive. I don't know if this is part of the Constitution. I don't know if this is accepted, that the Attorney General, that he is simply a legal advisor to the government. That is what he does. Is a legal advisor to the president, and as a Minister of Justice, he is involved in what we term as justice, the law, the court, and the rest of that. That is what he is concerned about. That's what he should be concerned about. That is the portfolio, the office that is occupying. But unfortunately, he's giving directive that they should stop the Amotekun group. And of course, the southeastern part of Nigeria is also coming up with another security outfit also to match the one in the southwestern part of Nigeria. So he's saying it is illegal. Is it illegal according to the Constitution? Whatever it is, if they claim it is legal, then can they explain if it is legal for Sowore to be kept in detention? Is it legal for IPOB to be declared a terrorist group? Is it legal for Nnamdi Kanu to be to have to escape out of Nigeria, out of that contraption called Nigeria, because they were after his life? So what are we talking about? It's talking about illegalities. What they run now is called technicalities. They don't care about the rule of law. It's about technicality, as they brought in a man that is vast in Sharia, and that is Tanko. That is what Buhari brought in to be the chief, the head of the justice system in Nigeria. Anyway, he said ignore the Abubakar Malami describing Amotekun as illegal. Abubakar Malami, in a statement, said security remains the exclusive preserve of the federal government. Now, people are dying. The government cannot work it out. Rather than them solving the problems, they are coming up with how they can rugarize every part of Nigeria. What a shame, claiming that the Hausa Fulanis have the right to be everywhere. But then, how can you be everywhere? Now, we cannot say we are so much embracing nationalism and then we forget about power and ethnic groups that we all come from. So Abubakar Malami said that it is the right of the federal government to protect. Now, if the federal government is not doing the right thing, then what next? The setting up of the paramilitary organization called Amotekun is illegal. That's what he said, and runs contrary to the provisions of the Nigerian law. Now, that's where he stepped in. He's quoting the law, but he did not, like I said previously, quote laws when journalists were held down and kept more than 48 hours, more than 24 hours. Malami said in a statement which Umar Gwandu, his spokesperson, issued on his behalf, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended has established the Army, Navy and Air Force, including police and other numerous paramilitary organizations for the purpose of the defense of Nigeria and Nigerians. But what is really happening right now? There is no defense anywhere. Right now, I remind you again that Nigeria, that contraption, that Nigeria, that very shameful name called Nigeria has expired. It has expired. For those who do not know what the meaning of that name Nigeria is and how it came about, please do some few research. As I keep repeating it every time, the country expired 2014, 1st of January 2014. It has expired already. So there is no constitution that should keep anybody together. So he went further saying, as consequences of this, no state government, whether singly or in a group, has the legal right and competence to establish any form of organization or agency for the defense of Nigeria or any of its constituent parts. This is sanctioned by the provisions of item 45 of the second schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, authorizing the police and other federal government security services established by law to maintain law and order. But speaking with Daily Independent, Sage said governors have no business. Governors have no business. This is a senior advocate of Nigeria. It's not like Malami that somehow got to that position as a result of quota system. If you don't know what this is, just check this affirmative action. This affirmative action that is not supposed to be for the North, because they have not been, they are not going through some form of, can we say the northern part of Nigeria somehow is being cheated in any form? No. They have just chosen to be what they are. So they are claiming affirmative action when it comes to, being part of the police, being part of the military, and even in the educational sector, when it comes to universities, you will realize that they have to score less to become a medical doctor. They score less to become a lawyer. Look at Tanko. He studied Sharia law. How then is he, a qualified person to be the head of the judicial in Nigeria? How can that be? So when you look at all of this, these people from the north, even the Buhari himself, he joined the military without O-level certificate. He cannot present his O-level certificate. So they are claiming affirmative action. They are claiming that somehow they've not been able, that they've been cheated, or they are not. What are we talking about here? So when you look at all of this, we realize that Sage is a more qualified senior advocate than Malami. So if he says that Sage looks into all of the laws, constitution, jaundice and sick that we have in Nigeria, and he said governors have no business consulting Malami before coming up with the idea of how best they will secure their states, secure their nation. So it would be a shame if anyone is going to listen to Malami and the rest of this Hausa Fulani. At the end of the day, when you look at all of this, it simply puts, Nigeria can never remain one. There is no way around it. Nigeria needs to break apart. That's just it. As everybody, every region has certain things against each other. If a group is formed, they begin to jump. Why would somebody be angry? It's like someone having a fence built around his property and your neighbor is saying, why are you building fence? It simply shows that your neighbor is your enemy. That's just what it is. So I'm going to leave it at this. I'm going to leave it at this, as it is a very terrible thing. Amoteku is protecting the southwest, Yoruba land, Yariba land, protecting the Anago land from murderous herdsmen who are Fulani stock, Hausa stock. The presidency, which is headed by a Hausa Fulani, is looking for how Nigeria can be dominated by Fulanis. Is that what it is? This is a big fight for the soul of the people in that contraption. The Southwest is again a psychological battleground. It is also a familiar scenario. When you look at everything, it's a familiar scenario. So that is why anyone that is preaching for a one Nigeria has not really, looked deep into what is really happening. So guys, that's what it is for now. If you're not a member of this channel, let us grow together by you tapping on the subscription button and the red notification icon bell below. It will alert you whenever videos are uploaded. And for those who are already a member of this channel, I say a very big thank you for the support.